Hello everyone, and this is BioPhoenix here, and today we're going to be doing the room tour video of 2017. In case you don't know, I do a room tour video every year on my channel in January, and it's pretty crazy to think that it's already like a year since the other one. I don't know, it just feels like a lot faster than I think it is, but either way, there's not a whole lot I can really explain here since I'm pretty sure we all know what a room tour is. You know, I get to show you like my setup and how I organize everything, and, just some other, like, random cool, like, knickknacks I have, and all that kind of good stuff. So, either way, hope everyone's having a good time for the new year so far. I'm actually having a pretty good time so far, and, of course, just sit back, enjoy, and have yourselves a great day. So this is the door to the entranceway, and we're just going to do a little bit of an overview right there, since, that over there is where I was just recording previously. And voila! There you go. So yeah, this is just a little bit of overflow. But let's just start over in this corner here, since, that's the door, and this is like the first thing you'll see when you go in. So we'll talk about like the posters here first. Now, I'm not going to name like every single poster right here, but if you can see what it is, then, that should be good. But yeah, definitely love a lot of these posters there. And a lot of these I got from Nintendo Power. Some of them I got from like this one Nintendo magazine, not Nintendo Power, but it was just a magazine that was just filled with just a whole bunch of fucking like posters. So that's pretty cool. And there were some of them I got from like conventions and stuff, like that Hagani one I got from there, I think. Or no, I got it from my old retro store in my old area. Yeah, that's right. It was that one right there, the Final Fantasy 12 one. That one I got from the convention. That's right. Just trying to remember here. But yeah, just some really cool fucking posters that I just really love a whole bunch. And, so, this station right here is the smaller flat screen. And, this is where I have the PS2, I have a Master System, Dreamcast, Nintendo Wii, and a bunch of, like, accessories and controls down out at the bottom. Really gotta organize this stuff a little bit better, but no, that's okay. And by the way, that Master System actually doesn't look that bad on this TV, surprisingly enough. I thought it was gonna look like shit, but I don't know, could have been a lot worse, honestly. And over here is the CRT TV, the much older one. Unfortunately, I don't have the other one anymore, which really sucked, but either way, though, this one is serviceable. So, we got the Atari, we got the Coleco Chameleon. No, not that. The Coleco, the ColecoVision. God damn it, not the fake other one. Then we got the Super Nintendo, first console I ever owned. Then we got the Blue N64, the PS1, the Crystal Clear Xbox, and we got some, other controllers and stuff down there. And then up there is a Switch box, and by the way, those are not correct at all. Those are just like the ones that are standardized there. I used to have a piece of paper they used to tape at the top, they used to tell me that, but just never got around to actually redoing it. And then we gotta go over here. And that's the Sega Saturn, which is just like standing up there all alone. Then we got the Sega Genesis and the NES, like the top loader one in the back, or on the side, and then in the back it's the Nintendo GameCube. And then we got this big old CRT TV. So, yeah, and then in here it's just like a bunch of like random controllers and all that shit. And then over around here we have the TurboGrafx 16 with Keith Courage in it, because I use that one as the default thing to leave it in there because I don't have like the standard one. So that pretty much covers the old retro corner, and well, yeah, I'm really happy with how it is. Of course, there's some things that could have been done a little bit better, but you know what, I'll just gotta get around to it eventually there. But either way, very happy about that. So now this is just a shelving section, and we'll just start all the way back over here, because this is like the corner with the lovely little fireplace. So we start at the top. So that's like a weed tin. I don't know exactly what comes in there, but I actually found that at a thrift store like years ago, or 2 years ago actually, and I don't know, I just thought it looked really cool. I think there was supposed to be some stuff in there originally, but I didn't get those, but whatever. Then we got the original NES, and then with Mario Kart Wii. Then that is like a Christmas ornament that I got this year, which is really cool looking. Then we got the Wii U box, the Xbox box, and then there's the figure of Scarborough, I think his name was, from Skyward Sword, which, looks fucking badass looking, really love it a whole bunch. Then that's the 3DS box, which is just up there. I actually have all the, like the little, like the chargers in there and stuff. Then up there is the Killzone 3 head thing that comes with the collector's edition. I would normally would have wanted to put it with the other box thing that it comes in, but there wasn't enough room, so I just have it here. And then we got these awesome figures, which, you know, this one is Alien 3, which you open up right here. It actually has that, has like all that kind of stuff, which is really awesome. This one is Godzilla, which, as you know, has like all that, like the game, which is pretty freaking sweet. And then Gremlins 2, which, as you know, is a really good movie and a really good fucking game. And yeah, I love that a whole lot. In fact, I actually would like to get the whole like NES set though one day, but we'll have to see. So now let's go all the way back here, and we'll just briefly just go over some of the NES games. I'm not gonna like talk a whole bunch about them because, as you know, like that was the reason why I did the whole collection videos, just so I don't have to, you know, go through all this. But yeah. Either way, though, because I know last year's room tour video was freaking long as hell, but I still managed to get a lot of views off it, weirdly enough. I didn't think anyone would give a shit about it. But, yeah, so that's pretty much all of that. This one has nothing. It'll eventually go to more NES games eventually, but we'll have to see. These are the ColecoVision games. You know, this is the stuff that I got with my ColecoVision, but I didn't talk about in my pickup video, but yeah, so, you know, we got, Carnival, we got Gorf, and we got Donkey Kong, we got Mousetrap, the Smurf game, and then there's Time Pilot Turbo, and then of course the double pack that comes with like Chuck Norris Super Kicks, which is a fucking awful game. And then we can go back over here. You know, this is the Super Nintendo games. I think it might look a little bit blurry, and so I do apologize for that, but you know, if you've seen my Super Nintendo collection, then you know, I've pretty much already talked about enough about these games, but yeah. You know, one of my favorite consoles of all time, for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much all that. Then over here is the Atari stuff, and yeah, those two box ones I actually found at a thrift store like many years ago, and I was totally not expecting that whatsoever. But yeah, I actually picked those up way before I got an Ataris, and I just hold on to them since then. And they're actually pretty decent games, if I say so myself. And then that one over there was actually a pile I got very recently that I found, so, you know, I just haven't really got around to playing them yet, and talking about them much. And that's the box for the newer 3DS that I got on my birthday, which is fucking sweet. And then we got the DS games, which, you know, DS is just a really great system, but the 3DS I prefer a little bit better, but, you know, it's just my personal opinion, but still, yeah, very happy with all that. And down over here is the N64 games, and of course, you know, they don't have any labels, which sucks, so I can't tell you, like, you can't really look at it from here, though you can probably guess that the yellow one is, you know, Donkey Kong 64, and the half gold one is, you know, Pokemon Stadium 2. Then we got the box ones here, which I also already talked about. In fact, Rewind Mike actually gave me a suggestion to, like, lay it out like this, and, you know, it looks way fucking better. So I do thank him for that. And these are the Genesis games, where these are the boxed ones. And then over there in the corner is the loose ones. In fact, in case you're wondering, this one right here, the reason why this one's backwards is that it's a copy of Moonwalker, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, but the labels I put backwards. It's really fucking weird. It's like a weird misprint thing. But, yeah. You know, of course, some really good shit right there. And then we got, you know, some little, like, Amiibo stuff here. You know, we got, like, all the Yoshi ones, and we got some Zelda ones, and then we got these ones. These are the only ones I still have in the boxes. And then we got the ultra rare Jon Snow Amiibo, which, yeah, you can only get it at one place. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, it's just a random-ass figure I got. And then over there was, nothing. Most exciting thing ever. The 3DO that I used to have used to be here, at least I think it was around here, but I sold that thing because I wasn't really using it, and I got something else I wanted for it better. And then, this is the Game Gear that I found. Unfortunately, that Game Gear doesn't work, but it came with like a bunch of boxes and accessories, so I'm holding on to it for now, and I'll see if I can try to get it fixed one day. And then, this Yu-Gi-Oh binder is actually filled with a bunch of Game Boy games that I have. In fact, a YouTuber I know actually did this in a video. It was Hikori Media. He was doing a memories video with the Game Boy Color and Game Boy games, and this is how he displayed them, and I was like, oh wow, that's a really fucking good idea. So that's where I got that idea from. So yeah, definitely check his channel out in case you haven't. But yeah, I thought that was really genius of him to do. Then over here we got some mini collector's editions from like, you know, like that's like the one for Robotech on the GameCube, and you know, it's on DS and 3DS, Wii U, and Wii, and all that stuff. Although this is not a collector's edition, this is actually the only boxed Game Boy game I have, which is Final Fantasy Legends 2, which is fucking awesome. It's basically a Saga game, if I remember correctly. You know, like Saga Frontier and such. And then this is a thing that my dad gave me before I left my old place, and you know, it's a really cool looking Super Cobra. It's pretty awesome, actually. And then right here is like more Sega's related things. So you know, this is the Saturn. You know, not a whole lot of games there, but of course, as you know, the system is not cheap at all. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you're probably seeing the really shiny ones and stuff. But yeah, either way, I love that system, but goddamn, is it hard to find games for it, and especially for affordable price. Then there's you know, Dreamcast. You know, I haven't really got that much Dreamcast games either, especially recently. I don't even think I even got one in 2016, come to think of it. Then there's Master System, you know, those are the box, and those are the loose ones. And then we got TurboGrafx, which is also very, very small. But, yeah, definitely really like that system too, but goddamn, man. Yeah, but of course, you know, I fucking love Devil's Crush. That's, like, probably one of my favorite OSTs of, like, on that system for sure. Then there's the GameCube games, and, you know, I've already talked a little bit about this in my GameCube collection video. Well, not a little bit, I talked about it a lot. But, yeah, definitely some good shit there. But this thing I didn't talk about, and this is the Game Boy disc boot up thing. So, yeah, I didn't talk about that in that video, but yeah, there you go, I have that. And then down here is the Wii games, which I haven't done one yet. I'll probably do one later this year. But, yeah, that system does have some pretty good stuff, I won't lie. And same thing with the Wii U, where there's not a whole lot of games on that system, and especially the fact that they release them so damn slowly, but they still have some pretty good shit. And there's still a couple more I do want, but they're just like, they haven't dropped down a lot, which is kind of sucks. And then I have Gate Guardian from Yu-Gi-Oh! Who's holding everything up, because if I don't have that there, everything would just flop over. Then we got the Xbox stuff, where this is just Xbox, like the regular Xboxes, and then after that, it's the 360. You know, I wish I was really late from getting that system, but still, I'm really happy with all the stuff I have for it. Some really good games for it, and I have the Game Boy case, like, holding it up, because, as again, these things would flop over, too. And over here is just a bunch of random shit. Like, this is the new 3DS. I still have it in the little package thing. That's the old one. That's, like, the really, really old one. And then there's some PSP games in the back. Unfortunately, I don't really collect the PSP much. Nothing against that system. It's just I really don't like that format, the UMDs. I'm just not a personal fan of it there. But, yeah, so I don't know. That's just all I have for that. And then in that box, I think is, like, some, like, random-ass cords or some shit. Or accessories. And that's the Virtual Boy. Yep. That thing is just fucking weird, man, I tell ya. And then that's, if I remember right, I think there is a portable Super Nintendo in here. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, this thing actually does work pretty well, but I do find that the D-pad in it is really stiff, so that's the only crappy thing about it. But other than that, though, it's kind of cool. And then, this thing is a bootleg fucking, Famicom game I found at a Goodwill a while back, and, well, it just looks funny as shit looking. I still need to try that out eventually, because I'm really curious to see what's on it. And then, you know, this is the box for, motherfucking Scarborough or whatever. So, yeah. So that's just all that stuff. And then there's that infamous, cat clock from the 50s that I have. So, you know, you always see in the back of, like, a lot of my videos, or at least some of them. And then we got a giant-ass freezer, which you also see in a lot of my videos. And yes, that freezer is just fucking amazing. This is the exact reason why you wanted to see my room tour video. It's just to look at this beautiful fucking thing. Okay, I'm just being ridiculous, but anyways. So now we got these awesome posters, which I got recently. But let's talk about these ones. So, you know, these are the Mortal Kombat ones. I actually got these on my birthday. the store around my area was actually selling them, and as soon as he showed them to me, I was like, oh dude, these are fucking badass as shit. So I really wanted them, and eventually I got them for Christmas, so I'm very happy about that. And I got them framed like very recently, but yeah, love that shit. And then this one right here is Athena Awakening from an Ordinary Life. It's a Japanese-only PS1 game. This is the promotional poster from it. A friend of mine actually sent that to me, and I was really surprised, and you know what, I gotta thank him a whole bunch for that. I would give him a shout out here, but he said he wanted to keep it anonymous, so, if you're watching this, you know who you are, and thank you, that was just really awesome of you to do. But yeah, man, that picture's just fucking cool looking, too. Motherfucking cat food. Yeah, and more cat food, and we got some candies and chocolate and stuff from Christmas. Then we got a little, like, inflatable teddy in the back. I never got around to blowing them up, but fuck it, who cares? Then up here is the Crown Royale case. I always love that case. It looks like, like the card, like, King of Cards thing, so yeah. And then those horns, I don't know why I got those. I wanted to use those for a costume of some sort, but just never got around to it. Then we got the vodka skull bottle, but with like green dye into it because, why not? It's pretty cool looking. And then that's just like the candy case that we use for Halloween. I keep it down here because, I don't know, I like it. Then we got some 8-bit art. Like, we got, the Black Mage, when there's Metagross and Lugia and crap, what is that one's name again? Nidoking, there you go. And of course, because it says, I'm Canadian, I have to have a maple syrup bottle. So yeah, that's just all that. And then right here is, hey look, it looks exactly what we were looking at before. So yeah, there you go, there's that. And then this is like more like the modern stuff with this really fucking awesome couch, which I so dearly love. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have it down here much longer because I'm actually going to give it to my stepdad because he really needs it. But I'm going to get a new couch eventually though. So, this is the one that's mounted onto the wall. Then, we got an Xbox 360, then we got the PS3, then we got the Star Wars PS4, and then we got a Wii U with the external hard drive, which is a fucking lifesaver because that thing only has like 32 gigs. And then, that's like the controllers and all that stuff. So, like that's all pretty great stuff. And then that's just temporary chair. And, we got another blank wall here. I haven't done anything with that yet. But yeah, I got a lot of work to room with here. Or a lot of room to work with. Blur. So yeah, this is like the really huge ass shelf. This is basically like the Sony shelf, pretty much. So that's the Killzone 3 box. Like I said over there, the head comes in that, but I wanted to put it right beside it, but it just like it was just really almost like falling over from there, so it wasn't gonna work. And then there's the Neptunia one, and then that's the DSX Human Revolution. And I actually realized that I didn't even talk about that game in the PS3 collection video. I actually forgot I had it, so yeah. But basically, if you want to know my thoughts on it, it's that it's just a fucking awesome game that I really need to play more of, though. Because I played it for a bit, and I loved it, and then I never went back to it, unfortunately. And then that's the PS4 box with Darth Vader on it, and then there's the Darth Vader figure right there. And now this is where, like, the shelf begins. This is where the PS4 games are. I freaking love this console with just so many variety, and there's still a lot more that I want to get that I just haven't yet, and, PS3 also same thing. Some really good stuff, but, again, I wouldn't say it's as a lot of variety compared to, like, the other one of, like, PS4, but, still some pretty good games. Which, I've talked about, and, man, that video was fucking long, especially the PS2 one, god damn it. But, yeah, so in case you don't want to, spend an hour watching, you can always just look at this. And of course, you probably want to pause in between if you want to read them. And then, this is where PS3 to PS2. And, yeah, goddamn, I was not expecting, like, the PS2 one to be that long. But, yeah. Some really good shit. I mean, it is, like, also one of my other favorite consoles of all time, too. Like, right up there with, like, Super Nintendo as well. So, of course, that's a given. And that's like the end of it. Then that's just some more blank stuff. And then down here is the ColecoVision box. I just didn't know where to put it, so I put it there. And then over there's just some spare games. I know Darksiders is there, and I want to get the remastered one, so I'm probably going to give that one away or something like that, so that's why that one's down there. But yeah, that's actually a really good game too. And then over here is some spare consoles and stuff, like we got an N64, and we got a PS1 and a PS2 that is like fucking busted. Well, the PS1 I think still works, but the PS2 is like fucked, but then again, it's a slim PS2, so go figure. Then we got some of my more favorite collector's editions on, like, in this area, and that is King of Fighters 14, probably one of the best fighting games that came out last year. And then there's the Deception 4 Blood Ties collection, which came from only in Japan, and man, I was fucking happy when I got that. And Trails of Cold Steel, a huge favorite RPG of mine, and then, you know, Lunar 2, another huge favorite RPG of mine, probably one of my favorites on the system. And then there's, you know, Arc the Light collection, which is also pretty great from what I hear. Unfortunately, I still never got around to playing it, but I will eventually. And then this is the PS1 games, where the long boxes start there. And then we got the all the PS1 games down here. And yeah, as again, PS1 is also just fucking awesome. So yeah, there's that, all that. And then this thing right here is Iron Maiden's Ed Hunter, which is a mix of a computer game, which is like a rail shooter, which is awesome, and it's also mixed with a just 20 of their greatest soundtrack stuff, which is just really fucking badass. But yeah, I have this here because it holds up the Vita games, and you know, it's just pretty fucking cool looking. So yeah, the Vita, definitely a huge like favorite of mine as well. Very underrated system with some really great overlooked games and some really awesome like stuff all around. And yeah, can't complain much there. And then of course we got like the other collector's editions down here. You know, like we got you know, all that. And then well, that was just something that came in Final Fantasy 11, even though that game's kind of like a paperweight now, but it actually came with a little strategy guide, which is kind of cool. And then that's my Vita right there, it's in the case, and then that's where like all like the extra stuff is. And that shall be all. I think this one is so much shorter than the one from last year, so yeah, so this is just a little bit of a spin around thingy doodle here, and well, there's not much else I can really say here other than the fact that well, this is where I live, and this is where I do things, and I eat, and I piss, and I shit, and I say stuff. Yes. Yeah, but yeah, in case you're wondering though, the usual other room that I do is in my bedroom, but I'm not going to show that off. But anyways, so with that being said, thank you for watching and commenting, and of course, have yourselves a great day, and the Sexy Phoenix is out.